Jamaican politicians are being secretly investigated for hidden millions, and they don't even know it. How does the Integrity Commission catch these public figures off guard? And why are some denying the truth? Let's uncover the mystery. Hey, patriotic internet friends and family, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're diving into the secretive world of Jamaica's Integrity Commission, where politicians are investigated for hidden wealth without even knowing it's happening. Opposition legislator Julian Robinson is demanding answers, but the IC's Director of Investigation, Kevon Stephenson, isn't giving in that easily. Why are members of Parliament denying it all? And what's really inside those mysterious letters? Stick around, because this investigation is about to get very real. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more juicy updates on Jamaican politics. Welcome all patriotic Jamaicans. The movement continues. Make we get into it now. Let's kick it off. Integrity Commission explains illicit enrichment probe notification process. Imagine getting a letter that says you're under investigation for having more than you can explain, but you had no idea this was even happening. Yep, that's the world of illicit enrichment investigations in Jamaica. Today we are diving into a heated drama between opposition legislator Julian Robinson and the Integrity Commission's Director of Investigation, Kevon Stephenson, as they go head to head on the Commission's process for notifying public officials. And trust me, this one's got all the spice. Politicians in denial, accusations flying, and a system that leaves no room for ambiguity. Or does it? So how does a public servant know they're being investigated for their suspicious wealth? Stick around and find out, because things are about to get controversial. Parliamentary showdown. At Tuesday's fiery sitting of the IC's Oversight Committee, opposition legislator Julian Robinson demanded answers. He confronted Kevon Stephenson, the Integrity Commission's Director of Investigation, about the mystery behind how public officials are informed about illicit enrichment probes. Robinson's concern that there's no ambiguity in these notifications sounds reasonable, right? But Stephenson wasn't about to make it that easy. The mysterious notification process. Stephenson dropped the bombshell. Public officials are only notified once the preliminary or in-depth investigation is already underway. That's right, folks. After the wheels of the investigation start turning, not before. And why? According to Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act, it's all about protecting the integrity of the investigation. Letting suspects know too early might give them time to cover their tracks. Imagine Julian Robinson's face when he heard that. So basically, you're only told after the sharks have already circled. It's like finding out you're the main suspect in a mystery novel halfway through the book. What Section 14(5) really says. Now, this is where it gets technical, but we'll keep it fun. Section 14(5) lays it down. If a public servant owns assets way beyond their lawful earnings and fails to explain where the money came from or gives a shady explanation, they can be charged with illicit enrichment. And according to Stephenson, the Commission only sends out official notification once they are sure they've got something solid. Key note, and pay attention to that. But wait, what does the letter look like? And does it spell things out clearly for the accused? The sample letter, a cold knock on the door. Stephenson shared a piece of the infamous letter. In the first paragraph, it's all very official. Basically, a polite way of saying, "We think you've broken the law." The letter informs the official that the IC is looking into their statutory declaration for suspicious assets and mentions Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act. But then comes the second paragraph, which packs the punch. The official is told outright, "You own assets disproportionate to your lawful earnings." Ouch. No escape attachment included. The letter doesn't stop there. It even demands an appearance at the IC, complete with bank statements, land titles, and other documents to prove where all that extra cash came from. Oh, and you better show up on time, or else. Parliament's denials and the bigger picture. Stephenson's explanation comes on the heels of the IC's latest reports, where 6 members of Parliament were referred for illicit enrichment in 2022 to 2023, followed by another 2 MPs in 2023 to 2024. But here's the kicker. Parliamentarians on both sides of the political fence have denied being under investigation. So who's telling the truth? That's for the IC to figure out. Or maybe they already have. Honestly, who knew MPs had such a creative relationship with their bank accounts? First they deny it, then they get a letter, and suddenly, well, crickets. So what happens now? With accusations flying and politicians sweating, will the Integrity Commission finally pin down those guilty of illicit enrichment? Or are we just scratching the surface of an even deeper scandal? Here's a summary of the key takeaways. 1. Julian Robinson confronted the IC about its opaque notification process for public officials under investigation. 2. Kevon Stephenson revealed that notifications are only sent after evidence is found during an investigation. Keynote and pay attention to that. 3. Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act explains that failure to explain disproportionate assets leads to a prosecution for illicit enrichment. 4. The IC's letter clearly outlines suspicions, invites the individual to a meeting and requests documents like bank statements and land titles. 5. 6 MPs in 2022 to 2023 and 2 MPs in 2023 to 2024 were referred for illicit enrichment, but many politicians deny any investigation is happening. If you enjoyed this breakdown of political drama and high-stakes investigations, don't forget to hit subscribe for more explosive updates. Smash that like button and let us know in the comments, do you think Jamaica's Integrity Commission is doing enough? Stay tuned because this investigation is far from over. Here are some questions that you might have about the Integrity Commission's illicit enrichment investigation process, along with answers that address your concerns. Question number 1. Why don't public officials know they're being investigated until later in the process? Answer. The Integrity Commission, IC, only informs public officials after a preliminary or in-depth investigation has begun to avoid alerting potential wrongdoers too early. This ensures they can't hide or manipulate evidence, which could jeopardize the investigation. Transparency comes once there's substantial evidence to move forward. Keynote and pay attention to that. Question number 2. Can public officials get away with hiding their wealth? Answer: not easily. The IC's investigation process is designed to catch discrepancies between a public official's statutory declaration and their actual assets. If the official's wealth doesn't align with their lawful earnings, they are required to explain the source of their assets. If they fail or give an unsatisfactory explanation, they can be prosecuted for illicit enrichment. Question number 3. How do we know politicians aren't just denying the investigation? Answer: denials are common. The IC works behind the scenes with evidence before confronting officials. 6 MPs were referred for illicit enrichment in 2022 to 2023, and another 2 in 2023 to 2024. While some politicians may publicly deny the claims, the investigation's outcomes depends on hard evidence, not just public statements. Keynote and pay attention to that. Question number 4. What exactly happens once a politician is notified they're being investigated? Answer: once there's evidence, the IC sends an official notification letter to the public servant. This letter outlines the suspicion of disproportionate assets, invites them to a meeting, and asks for documents like bank statements and land titles to explain their wealth. The process is thorough, and public officials are given a chance to clear their name or face consequences. Question number 5. How can we trust that the IC is really holding corrupt officials accountable? Answer: the IC operates under strict laws, like Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act, ensuring accountability. The process might seem slow or secretive, but that's because gathering solid evidence is key before any action is taken. The public is usually informed once charges are laid or significant progress has been made in the investigation. Question number 6. How long does the investigation process take, and why isn't there immediate action? Answer: these investigations can take time, as they involve collecting comprehensive evidence, cross-checking declarations, and making sure the findings hold up in court. Immediate action could risk errors or give officials a chance to cover up their tracks, so the IC carefully builds its case before proceeding. I hope these questions and answers address any potential concerns that you might have about the IC's process as it relates to illicit enrichment and the investigative process. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more explosive updates. Smash that like button and let us know in the comments. Section 14(5) of the Corruption Prevention Act lays it out very clearly. Once a public servant owns assets that goes way beyond their lawful earnings and fail to explain where the money come from or gives any farmer shady explanation, they can be charged with illicit enrichment. And that we want to see. We want to see some politicians. We want to see politicians start get charged. We have 5 over PMP under investigation and 3 over JLP. We want to see all 8 get charged. Yeah, we need a new Jamaica, and we need better politicians. We need better public officials. Stephenson further went on to say that the commission only sends out official notifications once they are sure they've got something solid. So if they don't have nothing solid, they're not sending no notification. So if you get a notification, if you've been served a notice letter from the IC, they have solid evidence. They have something solid to work with. Hence we see PM Wholeness so brightly under the spotlight from the IC. You know the searchlight them with up on the helicopter them, where when they shine a ground, them can stay way up in the sky and see a pin on the ground. That I light where they have on PM Wholeness. The letter is well crafted and well structured. So from the first paragraph, it starts out in an official capacity, clearly outlining in a very polite way and make you know say we think you actually break the law. The letter informs public officials that the IC is looking into your statutory declaration for suspicious assets and mentions section 14.5 of the Corruption Prevention Act. And the second paragraph actually conceal the deal, where them tell the political officials say outright, you own assets disproportionate to your lawful earnings. In other words, your assets far exceeds your yearly salary. Your yearly salary cannot accumulate all of that wealth. So we want to know where they come from. So now we are going to dig deeper in your finances. And the letter not stop there, so. It even demands an appearance at the IC, complete with the accompanied documents where you have to carry with you, which is your bank statements, your land titles, and other documents to prove where all that extra cash come from. And you better not be late either. You better show up on time or else. Julian Robinson basically did a demand answers, and him confronted Kevon Stephenson, the Integrities Commission Director of Investigation, who would have all the answers where him need. I like this letter. Actually, I like this letter a lot. So basically, what we have here is the Integrity Commission explaining the illicit enrichment probe notification process. So in basically, I break it down to Julian Robinson. And based on what was explained by Kevon Stephenson, the letter is pretty clear-cut. I don't see no ambiguity within the letter itself. But if I was a politician, I would not want to receive this letter. No, none at all. This is the letter that no politician want to receive. I admire how the Integrity Commission go to work. Yes, just reading this article, the notification process. So the public officials are notified within the preliminary stages, or when the in-depth investigation is already underway. That's when the public official get notified. Say, hey, we need to talk. We need to check out something. There are some irregularities and discrepancies in and amongst your finances. Your finances not really align with your yearly salary. There's a discrepancy there. And you will not get any heads up whatsoever, so you can go hide all of your ill-gotten gain and your corruption wealth. No, what I really want to see is charges start being laid. We need to see people start get charged for illicit enrichment. All this is a good step, and this is progress. Trust me, Jamaica, this is actual progress. Jamaica has come a far way, and this is progress. So I am actually impressed with the work that the Integrity Commission has been doing so far. So kudos to everyone over at the Integrity Commission. Keep doing the great job and bringing light to these politicians and make the Jamaican people know what's up. Jamaican politicians exposed the secret investigations they didn't see coming. Illicit wealth in Parliament. How the Integrity Commission is catching them red-handed. $1 million secrets. How Jamaican MPs are being trapped by their own finances. They're denying it all. The shocking truth behind the Integrity Commission's investigations. Hidden millions. Why so many Jamaican politicians are running scared. Inside the secret probes, how the Integrity Commission is closing in on MPs. MPs in trouble. The letter every Jamaican politician fears getting. How much are they really worth? The hunt for the hidden wealth in Jamaica's parliament. Shocking Jamaican politicians caught in wealth investigations. Who's next? Are Jamaican politicians hiding millions? The truth behind the investigations. Who's really under investigation? The Integrity Commission's secret moves exposed. Why are Jamaican MPs denying these illicit wealth probes? What are they hiding? Could your MP be next? How the Integrity Commission is uncovering hidden wealth. What happens when politicians can't explain their wealth? Is Parliament covering up a corruption scandal? Are top Jamaican politicians at risk? The letter they don't want to receive. How much are these MPs really worth? The Integrity Commission has the answers. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next one. One love, Jamaica.